Well, it's almost that time of year again. So I took the liberty of going through the Bengals schedule, and I'm going to give you my early predictions ahead of time. And we'll see by the end of the season how right I was. September 10th, we open up, we play Cleveland at Cleveland. Now, we all know that Joe Burrow struggles against Cleveland. So, honestly, that one could go either way. Hang on a second. That one could go either way. So, I don't know whether to count that as a win or a loss. Let's just say shits and giggles. Let's say, honestly, I think we're going to split with the Browns this year. I mean, we could beat them twice, but I think we're going to split. And this very well could be the one we lose. But I always said, listen, Deshaun Watson's a good quarterback, in my opinion. He just didn't have a team in Houston. And if you look at the Browns' schedule last year, most of their games they were in. So they weren't as bad as the record indicated. So that one, let's just say, let's count that as a win right now, 1-0. Then we go at home against the Ravens, two rivals to start out the first 2 weeks. As far as I'm concerned with the Ravens, I think we lost to them once last year, 3 times we played them, but we could have beat them all 3 times. So the reason we lost to the Ravens the first time was because of some terrible coaching by Zach Taylor and turnovers once again. So we should have beat the Ravens all 3 times last year. So, but this year with Lamar Jackson, if they stay healthy, we could split this too. You know what I mean? A game apiece. So, let's just say that's a loss. 1-1. Then we take on the Rams. Well, the Rams weren't the team they were 2 years ago. So, that's a win. 2-1. At the Titans, it seems like we do pretty good against the Titans. Week 4, we play at Nashville. And it seems like, we've done pretty decent against the Titans. So I'm going to say that's a win. So 3-1. Then we play at Arizona. Well, Kyler Murray, I don't believe in him. And Arizona is just not that good of a team. So we should beat the Cardinals. Be 4-1. Then we're back at home and we take on the Seahawks before the bye week. On week 7 is our bye week. So the Seahawks, I know you got Geno Smith, but I think talent-wise, I think we're a better team than the Seahawks. So I think that should be a win too. Honestly, here's the thing, guys. If you look at the Bengals schedule last year, I already made a video about this, but 3 out of them 4 losses, they should have won. So I like our chances so far. So we might lose at Cleveland. We might lose against the Ravens. Those are up in the air. But I'm looking at the other 4 games. They should be wins. I mean, the Rams, Titans, Cardinals, Seahawks. I mean, I don't really see anything. I mean, maybe the Titans, but yeah. Maybe even the Seahawks. The Seahawks weren't that bad either. That could go up in the air. So then we go to week 7, which is a bye week. Then we play week 8 at San Francisco. That's going to be a good game. That's a highly anticipated matchup that a lot of people want to see happen, like in the Super Bowl. I don't know if we'll ever get it, but San Francisco's a good team. San Francisco got a raw deal last year. They were down to their 4th-string quarterback. Well, at one point, they had no quarterback. So, I mean, San Francisco, if they stay healthy, they could make a legitimate run at the Super Bowl. I really believe that. So, at 49ers, let's just say that's a loss, because it could go either way, but that's going to be a tough one to win on the road. Then we play the Bills in a primetime game. I didn't look too far in advance. I don't know if it's a Sunday night or Monday night, but it's one of the two because it's a nighttime game. So the Bills, I don't know if the Bills could get us this go around. We should have technically played them twice last year, but of course with the whole DeMar Hamlin thing, we'll never know. But we're at home against the Bills. I like our chances. I'm going to say a win against the Bills. Then we play the Texans at home. We should dominate the Texans. Texans are terrible. So, yeah, we should beat the Texans. And then another primetime game at Baltimore. That one, like I said, could go either way. I'm back to, I think, here's what I think. We play Cleveland twice, and we play Baltimore twice, and obviously Pittsburgh twice. But I think we're going to split between the Browns and us, and the Ravens and us. So I think, I don't know which one it's going to be, but I think Ravens are going to get a win, we're going to get a win, and I think the Browns are going to get a win, and we're going to get a win. That's what I think is going to happen. So that one's up in the air. Then we're at home against the Steelers. And I don't believe in Kenny Pickett. I'm sorry, I don't. It's really hard to replace Roethlisberger, but looking at last year, we should have beat the Steelers both times last year. We should have. We gave the first game away. Like I said, Joe Burrow had the most terrible game of his career, and we still almost won that game, so we should beat the Steelers twice. I'm looking for us to beat the Steelers twice. We should. But for sure, we should beat them once. So, take a win against the Steelers. At Jacksonville, the next game, that one is still up in the air too, because I think Trevor Lawrence is starting to find his groove in Jacksonville. I think Jacksonville's a decent team. They're young, they're hungry. And at Jacksonville, I don't think that's going to be an easy win. That's going to be, we'll have to see of course, we'll know by then it's week 13 at that point. But I think Jacksonville's a sleeper, honestly. So I'm going to say a win, though, for us. Because I think talent-wise, we should be able to beat Jacksonville. But, I don't know. It could go either way. We're taking on the Colts the next game. I don't know the Colts situation. Quite frankly, it doesn't matter. I think the Colts are just not a good team. So I look for a win against the Colts. Then we're at home against the Vikings, week 15. The Vikings, kind of an oddball game here. We rarely ever play the Vikings. Kirk Cousins, you guys know how I feel about that. He's a good quarterback. Is he worth $90 million? I don't think so. What's he done to earn $90 million? So, we've seen evident last year. They're at home against the Giants in a huge game, and they collapse. So, I don't believe in Kirk Cousins. I don't. Like I said, I think he's a good quarterback, but I just don't think he's going to take you to that next level. You know what he reminds me of? He's another Andy Dalton. That's what I think. Maybe a slight better Andy Dalton, but when it comes to the playoffs, he's like Andy Dalton. So that one I'm going to leave in the air, but we're at home against the Vikings. We should get a W against the Vikings. And at the Steelers again, like I said, we should beat the Steelers twice. Honestly. So I look for a win there. At Kansas City, normally we get the Chiefs' better number outside of last year. And look, I'm not going to rehash old shit. It's water under the bridge. But say what you want. There was a lot of questionable shit that went on in that game. Okay? I'm not sitting here and saying, I'm not going to say it was rigged. I'm not going to do that. But I am going to say there was a lot of shady shit going on in that game. So, the Chiefs still won. Bengals had a chance to win it. They didn't get it done, but still. Yeah, there was some shady shit going on there. I've always said there's too much money and too many politics involved in these NFL, or professional sports in general. So, second to last game of the season at Kansas City. I like our chances. And then we close out the season against the Browns, which at home we probably will win that. So I'm looking at this schedule, and I'm thinking this. Okay. Browns, Ravens could go either way. So let's just say 1-1. Let's say 1-1 to start the season. Rams, Titans, Cardinals, Seahawks. Maybe the Titans. But it depends on what Bengals team shows up. If the turnover machine goes up, if they start the way they did last season, it won't be good. But if they play like I know they can play, they should beat the Rams. They should beat the Titans. Titans might give us a challenge. They should beat the Cardinals. They should beat the Seahawks. At 49ers, that one, let's just say, is a loss. Versus Bills, that one could go either way too, but we're at home, so I like our chances. Texans win. Ravens, again. Steelers win. Jaguars win. Let's just say win against the Colts, win against the Vikings, win against the Steelers. Like I said, we should beat the Steelers twice. And at Kansas City could go the way. I'm looking at maybe, at the worst, if the Bengals stay healthy, I'm looking at probably 11-4-1. Or 11-4-1, oh my God. 12-5. I got to remember, there's that extra game now. It used to be 12-4, but I think the Bengals have a good chance to finish what they did last year. About 4 or 5 losses. If they stay healthy and if everything goes according to plan. So, that's the schedule. I know it got a little lengthy, but to all your guys' teams, I wish you the best of luck. The preseason starts next week already. It's crazy, but I don't watch preseason. Who cares about preseason, honestly? Yeah, go Bengals.